Hi, this is the sixth installment of a Fit Life video blog. I'm Terry, and I'm glad you joined me again. Today, there has been something on my mind. I started my journey in February of 2011. At that time, I was 282 pounds. I had been 291 pounds in June of 2010. Now, let me go back. When I was 291 pounds, the only person that was really telling me that they were concerned about my weight, well, I take that back. There were two. Was my husband and my daughter. Now, my parents would voice concern, but not like my daughter and my husband. And they would tell me I needed to get healthy. They wanted me to be healthy. Um, I can remember there was a time when my dad, in his jokingly manner, was teasing me, and it hurt my feelings to the core. And I told him, he told me that my hips had gotten as wide as his stove. And at that time, I think I must have been in denial. I really didn't want to hear people tell me that I was getting big. I wanted to do something about it. I wanted to lose weight. I wasn't happy with myself. I wasn't happy with the way I looked. I wasn't happy with, most of all, the way I felt. But if somebody said something like that, it would hurt my feelings. When my daughter and my husband would tell me how they wanted me to be healthy, I would listen. Sometimes with my husband, though, I would get an attitude. He would tell me, he would pat my thigh, and he would tell me, "Oh, you got to do something about this, sweetie. You got to do something about this, Terry." And he never really did call me sweetie. Because you got to know my husband. But it was, "Terry, you got to do something about this." And I would get an attitude. Now, I'm thinking about how when I lost weight and I started reaching my goal, because I wasn't sure what size I needed to be. I wasn't sure, I was about to hit 50. I knew how to be 150, 160 pounds at 18, 19, 20 years old, but I didn't know what that would look like on me at 48, 49, 50. And if I remember correctly, I hit my 50th birthday and goal weight at the same time. So I wasn't sure. So I would say I would reach a certain weight and then I would adjust on how I felt. By the time I got near 200, I knew that a size 10, 12 was probably as small as I wanted to go. But I didn't know what weight that would be. So I can remember around, especially 220, 200, especially when I got around a size 16, 14, people began to tell me, "Don't lose no more weight. You don't need to be any smaller. I hope you're not losing any more weight." And it wasn't necessarily what they were saying, it was how they were saying it. "Girl, you small enough. You don't need to lose no more weight." And I was thinking to myself, I'm still 200 pounds. How can you really expect that to really be healthy? I'm still 200 pounds. When I got under 200 pounds, and I would say, okay, I need to get to 180. People would go, girl, you don't need to lose no more weight. You small enough. And I'm going, I'm almost 200. I didn't get it. And I wonder why people felt so comfortable telling me now that I'm losing weight, but they didn't feel comfortable saying anything to me when I was at an unhealthy 291. They didn't mind saying anything at, when I was 190, 200, that I didn't need to lose any more weight. They weren't concerned about my feelings or how I felt. How do we as a society not feel comfortable telling someone that your weight is unhealthy? But when you are on a journey to get healthy and be your healthiest, people have no problem telling you, don't stop. You don't need to lose any more weight. And that boggled my mind. And I have in recent days seen some photographs of some acquaintances and friends, and they're overweight. And I am struggling with how to tell them, because I remember when I was heavy, I really didn't want to hear it. I knew it. I was aware. But at the same time, as I began to lose weight, why are you telling me now when you didn't tell me at that point when I was unhealthy? Are you following me here? So, this video blog is, I guess, a vent for me. I wrote a blog about it during my weight loss, but I haven't addressed it since I met goal. And I'm putting it out there. What do you think? Why is it that we feel so comfortable? And I had a client, a very dear friend, who has lost over 100 pounds now, have someone at her job, and it was hurtful. Tell her, oh, you're too thin, you look sick. And she's still over 200, at that time, she was still over 200 pounds. She has since gotten under, and she's within 10 pounds of her goal weight, which is 180. Healthy BMI. Do we reach a healthy BMI as African American women? Research shows that we can be a little bit higher than what the BMI chart says. I want to get as close as possible. I want to be healthy. I want to feel good. I am a little over my goal range right now, and I don't feel good. I'm still maintaining, but I want to be back within my goal range, and I'm watching and monitoring. So, no one can tell but my husband that I am a little over my goal range. Everybody is still, reveling about how good I look. I'm 51 years old. I'm healthy, but I feel those few extra pounds. I am putting it out there. What do you think? Should we let people who are at a unhealthy state know? And how do we do it? Should we badger people who have lost weight and tell them that that they look sick? How should we handle that? What do you think? Thanks for listening, and join me soon for another installment. Have a fit life. Thank you.